Hello guys, this is Puerto Rican, and on one of my previous videos I mentioned that I have a holster that will fit my Glock 19 with that Olight PL-Mini 2, and here I have the Pyre light bearing inside the waistband Kydex holster. I'm super excited to make this video because this holster comes from FDO Industries. They were previously named as Fear Defenders, and I have a couple of videos with their holsters before, and I've been using their holster for about 2 years now. The first holster that I have from Fear Defender is the Paladin inside the waistband holster with the little paddle or clock right here, and I have been using this holster for about 2 years now. It was my first holster. I have a video about it, should be somewhere up here. But now we have the Pyre light bearing inside the waistband Kydex holster, and I think this holster is really good as well, so let's talk about it. I also have to mention that I have plenty of FDO Industries holsters, and I personally use them to carry my concealed carry setup. My first holster was a Paladin inside the waistband holster with the soft loops and the clock on the side. Then I have the +1, which is gonna hold your gun, and an extra magazine. Then I have what I think is my most used outside the waistband holster for the range, and this is the Fear Defender or FDO Industry outside the waistband holster, which fit my TLR1 light and a Glock 19 or Glock 17 in this case. You have the opening in the front where you can fit a compensator or a bigger Glock without a problem. Since I started using FDO Industry, I can say that I carry this holster about 70% or even more of the time. And I use this holster because it's super comfortable, and plus that it is super concealed. And before we keep talking about the Pyre light bearing holster, I wanna say something that I think is something that stands out FDO Industry from other holster manufacturers, and it is the lead time. Bigger holster manufacturers take a couple weeks or even a couple months to make a holster that will fill your pistol plus your light at the same time, and FDO Industry have a lead time of 1 to 3 days before they ship that holster to you. That's super fast. So now let's jump at the video with the Pyre light bearing inside the waistband Kydex holster that FDO Industry sent to me for review. Like any other holster from FDO Industry, I have to say that I love this little piece of Kydex. It is super comfortable, super concealed, that I use it almost every day. And what I like most about them is that they don't have anything crazy going about them. You see at this side it is super plain and simple, and in the other side as well you only see the little clip and the clock on the side. But even that they look this good and simple, they do what they're supposed to do, and that is hold your gun in place and be concealed while at the same time being really comfortable. Another thing about FDO Industry is that their holsters are fully customizable. If you go to their website, the first option that you have is to pick up the model. In other words, is to pick up your gun within your light so they can make a holster for your setup. The second thing is something you can't forget, even that most people are righty, you have the option to select righty or lefty. Then the third option that you're gonna have is to choose your color, and again you're gonna have plenty of options with about 25 different colors. From all the colors they have, I love the black carbon fiber, and here I have the Paladin. It's my first holster from FDO Industries, and here I have the Pyre light bearing holster, and it's the same color. It just looks so simple and slick, and I like it when I conceal with my all black Glock 19. The first option that you're gonna have is gonna be the belt clip. When I have my first holster, the Paladin inside the waistband holster, I choose the belt loops and I like them a lot. When I have the Glock 19 by itself, I don't have any lights or anything. It's not as heavy as a concealed carry gun that have a light. When I have it on the soft loops, the pistol was not as tight and close to my body. It have a little bit of wiggle room, and I like it that because the gun was a little lighter. But once I got the light on the gun, I felt that even that the light does not weigh that much, you want something that is gonna keep that gun and light setup in place, and that's why I choose to have the belt quick clip on the Pyre light bearing holster that will keep the gun nice and tidy against my body. Though you will also have the option to have a sweat shield. I prefer the sweat shield because I don't like the gun rubbing against my belly, and some people might not like that. You will also have the option to have an optic cut. What they do with the optic cut is that they're gonna cut this piece right here a little lower, so you're gonna have room to holster your light. I like carrying iron sight, so I don't have a problem with that, but you will have the option to choose if you want an optic cut or not. And the last option that you're gonna have is that if you want to attach a claw or not. In my personal opinion, I really recommend having that claw. The purpose of that claw is to push against that belt and make the gun be really close to your body, avoiding your grip sticking out of your shirt. Also, if you're looking for a light and you don't know if most people make a holster for that, you can go to the FDO website and they will have some light and holster combination for your firearm. If you go to the website, you can see they have a GLock 19 with the Olight PL-Mini 2 holster, and they include the light with a little bit of a premium price. Now let's talk about price a little bit, because this is what most people are gonna be looking for. The Pyre light bearing inside the waistband Kydex holster is gonna start around $55, and depending how you customize the holster, the size might go a little bit up. For example, I have the Pyre light bearing holster for the GLock 19 with the Olight PL-Mini 2 right here that fits perfectly, and this holster is gonna be around $55. But then I wanted the black carbon fiber color, and that's gonna add up to like $5 extra, going to a final price to $60. And then because you're gonna be really concealed and you don't want that grip sticking out of your shirt, you want to add this claw right here, and that's gonna add $10 extra to the final price. With everything, we're gonna have a total of $70. $55 for the holster plus $5 of the color plus $10 of the claw. Like I always say, if you think a holster is too expensive, just stop for a minute and think how much money you spend to buy a gun that you're gonna use to defend your life or the life of your family. You might wanna go to the store and spend some more money in a holster that you know is gonna work for you, that is gonna be comfortable and concealed. In other words, that is gonna do the job that you're looking for. So I highly recommend to do your research and really spend the money on a good holster, because that can change your experience as a concealed carry holder. Also, if you go to the store, you might find some generic holster that will fit many models, and it's gonna be way cheaper than this. But there are not many companies out there that will make a Kydex holster that will fit your gun setup with a light, especially the Olight PL-Mini 2 Valkyrie. And this was a big issue when this light came out, because like I say on my video of the Olight PL-Mini 2, this light go back and forward right here, so you can set it up however you want depending on the gun that you have. And how FDO Industries accomplished to fit that light was by making retention for this little notch on the side. That's the little lever that you use to loosen up the attachment of the light to the gun. Another thing that is super cool about the FDO Industries Pyre light bearing holster is that the retention of this holster is pretty strong, pretty decent. You have some adjustment screws as well, but when you reholster this gun, you can hear that positive click. And that's super satisfying when you reholster your pistol, and it also gives you some positive feedback that your gun is reholstered. I'm also able to draw the pistol from the FDO Industries holster very fast, and everybody like being fast, so let's try it real quick. I also find many advantages of buying a Kydex holster, and the first thing I can tell is the availability that you have for any gun setup. It is really customizable. And if that company out there had a mold for your gun and light setup or your gun, they are gonna be more likely to be able to make that holster. And that's why FDO Industries have 45 different models for the Pyre light bearing holster, and they also have a statement on their website, and they say that if you have a gun light setup or a gun that they don't have a holster option for it, you call them, let them know, and they will make sure that will find a way to make that holster for you. Second advantage for a Kydex holster is that they are going to be super light. This literally weighs nothing. They're really durable and they're really comfortable if you find a holster that fits you. Another advantage is that the Kydex is super durable. Like I said before, my first holster was about 2 years ago, and this is a Kydex holster from FDO that I've been using almost every day and still looks like new. I got my first Kydex holster from FDO Industries and I don't regret it. I've been using it for more than 2 years now, and they're super durable, super comfortable, and super concealed in my opinion. If I was a regular civilian or a regular guy, I probably don't need to look for another holster, but since I like to try new stuff, new gear, I like to make reviews on new products, I keep trying different holsters. But FDO Industries is a company that makes Kydex holsters that I can highly recommend because I personally been using them for a long time. A little thing that I have to say about the Pyre light bearing holster specifically is that the GLock sits a little bit higher than my Paladin holster, and this is a personal opinion. I like the gun to go a little bit lower in my waist. I think that feels a little bit more comfortable and stable in my waist, but this is just going into the little details. When you try a lot of holsters, you have some preference over another. The holsters still work perfectly for me. If you like this Pyre light bearing holster, or if you want to try any holster from FDO Industries, I'm gonna leave some links in the description below. And something interesting is that they sell their holsters on Amazon, so you can have that prime shipping really fast next day to your door. And this is super cool because everybody loves Amazon and their shipping. If you use any Amazon link that is gonna be in the description below, it's gonna help me by giving me a small percentage from that buy without costing you anything else. So if you want to support the channel, please use one of those links to buy anything that you want to buy. So if you like this video, please hit the like button below, please subscribe, and I see you until next time.